morning, Soul Bridge Tribe. I'm going to look at my email here for a minute. I got a Medicare.gov email from Dr. Oz. I don't know when he became a state official, but he is sending out emails to people. You have to ask yourself if this got sent to everybody or if it's random or what it is for the government to send you out mindfulness and meditation emails. But here it goes. I'm going to read this to you because it's not far off from what we're going to be talking about today. Practice mindful moments. Exercise like yoga doesn't just boost your mood, it can also improve your memory and help you think more clearly. Use a chair for more support. So Dr. Oz is now a yoga teacher. Stay connected. Social bonds are essential for well-being. Reach out to friends or family for emotional support. If you're feeling lonely or isolated, consider volunteering to build connections in your community. I thought this was interesting too, especially during the holidays. That might be why they're sending that out. And here's the kicker. Ready? Meditate. Quieting your mind can help you feel calmer and more focused. Find a quiet place, take deep breaths, and check in with different parts of your body. Remember, Medicare covers mental health services, including depression screenings, therapy, counseling. So I guess they think meditation helps with depression, and they're probably onto something, because I was going to do a video about meditation and give you examples of different forms of meditation. You know, just saying practice meditation does not mean that people actually understand what meditation is. So I'm going to be guiding you through various forms of meditation. Okay, here is my list of every kind of form of meditation I could find, starting with Vipassana meditation. It's an appreciation for all things impermanent. Water flow, wind, the rustle of leaves, steam, your breakfast. You eat your breakfast and it's gone forever. You'll never have that breakfast again. So let's go through that again. Water flow. There's an old Buddhist saying about how you can never step into the same river twice. So your memory of the river 10 years ago won't be the same river or even the same stream that you're stepping into now, because water is impermanent and it's constantly moving and changing. The same with the water and the blood flow inside your body. So when I'm teaching meditation, one of the first things I do is have you ground yourself and focus on your breath. Breath going out, breath coming in, right? Focus on your breath. That is stilling your mind, and that is meditation right there in its simplest form. Okay, but this is a appreciation for things impermanent. Actually, if you look, I just made oatmeal this morning. I took this beautiful video of it steaming. I will put in this video right here, if I can put that clip in. I will try very hard to put it in right here. Leaves rustling, standing outside in the wind and watching leaves moving, sitting silently and watching leaves moving, focusing on leaves on the ground, the patterns, the colors, especially now when we have fall leaves, focusing on that. Focusing on anything else that could be impermanent, which could be wind, feeling the wind go past you, that gust of wind. Looking at anything else that might be impermanent, like in your garden, the flowers that are growing. Purposely making an effort to go out and observe impermanence, like the seasons. Like it was cold yesterday, it's warm today. Those sort of things are all Vipassana meditation. Okay, the next form of meditation is Zen, and that is focusing on your breath, which is what we were doing then. That was Zen meditation. An object of contemplation, like the chakras. So when I tell you to close your eyes and visualize that train track running down your body and all those train stations connected to it, which is your chakras, and they're going up and down that train track, and you're visualizing from the bottom up, Roy G. Viv, the different colors of those chakras. I'm not going into it right now because you're actually in a, not a beginner, not advanced, right smack in the middle right now. You are now in a more advanced class, and we're going to be talking about things now that are beyond just beginner level. So congratulations, you have advanced. This is video number 33. You will need to see the previous 30, at least 31 videos to get up to where I'm teaching right now. Okay, so the next kind of meditation is loving kindness, cultivating feelings of warmth, kindness, and compassion toward another. This could be a pet, a plant, or a fish. So going out to mindfully water a plant, put some fresh soil around it, break up an overgrown plant, put it in little pots. When you're doing this with mindfulness because you know that it's a living being and you're helping it, or you're petting a dog and feeling the love connection to the animal, or you're actually watching your fish. Fish respond to you too. My koi come to the surface when they see me, and I feed them and I watch them. They start eating, they start getting more active, they swim back and forth in gratitude and happiness. They'll swim through the bubbles, they'll swim through the waterfall. It's a joy to see fish being happy. And then I have quail too, so when I clean their cage, give them some dried larvae to eat, give them some fresh cut grass or clover, they show appreciation there. The next kind is movement-based practice. I taught meditation and mindfulness classes at the San Francisco Public Library, and movement was something that we did. We always did meditation, mindfulness, and we'd get up and do movement. So this movement-based practice involves walking meditation. It's ultra slow, like watching each change, including weight shifts, watching your feet. There are actually hand gestures with different hand positions that they do that's part of that mindfulness meditation. So movement of the body. And Qigong falls in that category because they're doing these ultra slow, different kinds of movements like that. Have you ever seen people doing Qigong in the park? But you can do this by yourself. The goal is to go outside and walk very slow. I mean, more slow, almost tipping over slow, right? So that you're mindful about your feet touching the ground. Is it the heel of your foot or the ball of your foot on the ground? Is it your right foot or your left foot? Focus like that. How are you shifting your weight when you step? What are you stepping on? Are you stepping on a bug? Are you stepping on a weed? Are you stepping on rocks? That kind of thing. So that is movement-based practice. Okay, the next kind is focused meditation. Concentrate on a single point of attention, such as your breath. And we were doing that, just focusing on the breath. It clears your mind, and the goal of meditation is to become single focus and clean your mind up, get it free of clutter. You can also focus on a sound. You can focus on a candle flame. You can focus on a specific thought. Reiki falls under this category. So it is kind of a focused meditation, and it's a single line of thought. And you're doing a procedure when you're doing Reiki. Now, Reiki means the path of light, because Ki is Japanese and Chi is used in other parts of the world, but they both mean energy. And Rei, Rei is a pathway of light, but it's also considered universal pathway of light. So if it's translated as universal, it's still coming from cosmic and coming down into our body. We're channeling that energy. So is channeling a form of meditation? You can consider it that, because it takes focus, it's single-minded, and there is a goal there. So you focus on that to the exclusion of everything else. The other kind of mindfulness is just observing your thoughts without judgment, letting them pass. So you sit silently, focus on your breath, and you start thinking, oh yeah, I want to put potatoes in my soup later today. Oh yeah, I have to go buy toilet paper. Oh yeah, I have to put a stamp on that letter. Do people even mail letters anymore? I don't know. Oh yeah, my coffee's probably getting cool right now. Right? But those thoughts just kind of float freely through your mind and back out again until it's empty. And then you wait for the next thought to float by like leaves. Okay, the next one you hear a lot about, transcendental meditation, a state of relaxed awareness. And this one's a big one because people practice this all the time and don't realize they are. Singing lyrics to something. Usually as a mantra though, if you're focusing on a sound, having it be in a foreign language is better because then you're just focusing on pure sound. Now, in the beginning was the word, and that means the universe at first was just a humming sound. It was vibration. There was nothing to see. It was just darkness, and it was sound. And so when the human being began to speak, you can see this in child speech, they start with simple sounds. So the first sound would have been It's written out as OM. It's in Sanskrit. It is a simple meditation that some people in the world do. They just chant over and over that one word, Om, which can also be AOM. Om. And if you do this slowly, so that you can hear the vibration of the sound, and you can feel the lips moving from one sound to another to create the vowels. And then let that fade away, and then do it again. That's another thing that calms people. For those who like something that's auditory, there's a couple of different things. So one simple one that is a longer mantra before I get to Medicine Buddha is Omane Padme Om, Omane Padme Om, Omane Padme Om, Omane Padme Om. And I'll put a shot up here so you can see how that's spelled, because they don't really say the D. It's written as Padme, but they say Omane Padme Om. So they don't say the H in that either. Omane Padme Om. They repeat that, Omane Padme Om, Omane Padme Om. Repeat that one over and over. Reminder for people that didn't see previous videos that I worked for 7 years with a Buddhist Lama. He is my Reiki master. He's the one that made me a master. And I did learn these mantras because I was around a lot of Buddhist monks. And so here is a very popular, super potent mantra that is part of Transcendental Meditation. And it is called the Medicine Buddha Mantra. So for healers, it means in Sanskrit, do away with the great illness of the ignorance of our true nature. Do away with the great illness of the ignorance of our true nature. So if we do away with ignorance and we understand our true nature and what we are as beings, as energy beings, as light beings, that's pretty valuable, right? That's why it's called Medicine Buddha Mantra. And here it is. I'm going to put the pronunciation up there on the screen for you because this is something else. Tadyata Om Bekaze Maha Bekaze Raza Soman Gate Soaha. That's the way I was taught to pronounce it. Like accents, yours may differ. Somebody else might say it different. A Tibetan might say it different, but we're not Tibetan, and this is a mantra. Tadyata Om Bekaze Maha Bekaze Raza Soman Gate Soaho. Okay, and you can see the pronunciation up there, and obviously I heard them saying Tadyata, Tadyata, Tadyata. So that's the way I pronounce it. And you can see some letters that are left out as you're pronouncing that. And Soaha, Soaha, Soaha. It's spelled S-O-H-A, but they call it Soaha. That's the way I heard them say that. Okay, and one in the Christian world that is done in English. It's either called the Lord's Prayer or it's called the Our Father Prayer, depending on who it is that's saying it. And this is one that Christians grow up learning since their childhood. So it goes like this. Our Father, by the way, it's in Old English, old Shakespearean English. A little hard to understand if English isn't your first language, but you can Google the Our Father prayer and or the Lord's Prayer, and it will come up. You can see it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. They're making you visualize that reflection. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So that, as a meditation, that people learn to repeat over and over, as something that they visualize on, that qualifies as a transcendental meditation mantra because it's something that can be recited over and over. As far as there not being a lot of them in English, that's a pretty cool one for English. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this video with these meditations. There are some that you can write down. I would advise practicing all of them because as far as your ability to visualize, your ability to remain in your body, remain grounded, focusing on breath, being very peaceful and centered, these are all very good practice for you as you're becoming a more evolved spiritual being. Okay, Soul Bridge Tribe, we'll see you in the next video. Stay luminous, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, click the link below and buy me a coffee if you want. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again.